It seems the internet is flooded with so much noise. Everyone telling you what you can and can't do in life. There's so much information out there, with zero filter on what's right or wrong. So who do I trust? I came to the conclusion that the only way to solve this mystery was through... I needed to know what works, so the plan was simple. To try as many habits as humanly possible. First, I made a list. Gym, clean diet, cold exposure, cardio, meditation, gratitude journaling, dopamine detoxing, stream of consciousness writing, affirmations, visualizations, goal setting, solo walks, reading, listening to podcasts, creating content. I know, what the f***, and I knew I wouldn't be perfect at them. I just waited to see what actually was legit. Looks like Physicality was first on the list. So for the next 6 days straight, every week, I pulled up to the lab, lifting weights with intensity and pushing through the soreness. Cold showers at 7 AM on a bad day felt like going to war. But once you step in, your brain gets lit with dopamine. The clean diet was tough, especially on those nights when your stomach just feels like it has a pit in it. But I kept going, focusing on the bigger picture. Cardio was a bitch, and on my first run, my timing was terrible, and I kept stopping every few minutes. But I realized that pushing your physicality to its limits makes you respect it more. Next up, we had my mind. As you can tell, this one was really boring. Sitting with my thoughts for a few minutes to meditate felt like hours, and gratitude journaling felt really awkward because what do I have to be grateful about? Dopamine detoxing was not fun because it showed me how much I rely on technology. My stream of consciousness was interesting as it allowed me to empty all my dark thoughts I had onto a page, giving me some peace of mind I hadn't experienced in a while. The next one hit pretty deep. I realized I didn't even know what I wanted, just something better. So I started goal setting on what I actually want to accomplish. I brainwashed myself with daily affirmations, which felt really silly. The visualizations hit hard, as I pictured where I actually wanted to be in life. And it's safe to say I had a long way to go. The solo walks actually allowed me to reflect on my days and what I was working on. Getting creative was hard, as I had no idea what I was doing. So the next best thing was reading books. I consumed book after book after book, and also listening to as many podcasts as I could find on YouTube. After sponging up all the content, I realized to be creative, you've got to give your brain a little bit of space to cook, which gave me an idea to create my own content, which is what I'm doing right now. At first, it was just a list of habits, which had no meaning to me whatsoever, but by the first month of doing it, they felt more like an essential part of my day. I noticed I was feeling different. The usual lows of limiting beliefs and negative thoughts had faded. I was lifting heavier, maybe not visibly stronger, but I certainly felt it. The diet was tough, and I still thought about eating junk food regularly, with the occasional slip up, but I knew what I was doing was going to pay off. The runs were slowly getting faster, and I was chasing PR after PR, and I noticed when things got quiet, I wouldn't reach for my phone as much. The meditation was actually working, and I felt more present. And as corny as it may sound, I actually felt pretty grateful to wake up in the morning. And I absolutely loved writing my thoughts onto a page. And I noticed I was actually starting to change as an individual. My mind wasn't making me think of nonsense. It was spitting out creative ideas which I could turn into videos. And I was a lot more educated and skillful with the amount of knowledge I was receiving from the books and podcasts. These habits didn't feel like I was just ticking boxes anymore. They actually felt more like a part of me. So, what actually worked? The gym built structure in my life, and it allowed me to show up somewhere every single day and see results. Clean diet was something I struggled with, but the 80-20 rule gave me a bit of leeway and kept me feeling clean and less lethargic throughout the day. Cold exposure was like a thunderbolt of dopamine in the mornings, and now I can barely go a day without having one. Running was what shocked me. You get told online that it kills your gains, but it made me look a lot leaner and gave me some more clarity in my head. Meditation worked wonders. Being able to focus and stay present in the moment, absolute game changer. Gratitude journaling just allows you to bring that positivity throughout the rest of your day, which helps especially when something bad happens. The dopamine detox was by far the most hardest thing because, especially in the modern day, you feel like a caveman taking back from technology. The stream of consciousness writing had a huge impact on my internal monologue. The thoughts were no longer in my head, but they were now on a page, and my mind was finally peaceful and quiet. And overall, it allowed me to have such better mental health. Setting goals and actually achieving them allowed me to have a crazy identity shift because I could be whoever I wanted, I just had to set my mind to it. And then visualizations and affirmations reinforced the goals and beliefs. Being able to express creativity in my own unique way gave me something to work on and be productive in my time. Constantly learning from books and podcasts is a really good habit to have, but you just gotta make sure that you actually take action on what you're learning. It's strange, the fact that I started these habits just as a test, and now it's my lifestyle as a personal developer. So, in short, yes, all these things have their pros and cons. I still go to sit down to read a book sometimes and just think, nah, I'm done. You just need to try them all one at a time and slowly implement them into your life. Everyone's journey is different, and if you stick at it for long enough, you'll find that certain things work amazingly for you. If you feel like I missed any habits, please let me know in the description. The path of personal development was always yours. Now, it's time to walk it.